Hello everyone, welcome back. We got another game review here to discuss. Look at the games that happened over on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking ahead to games that happened later today on Thursday and also on Friday. We're also looking at the standings and see how they're shaping up right now. We're also looking at how teams are doing this year compared to how they were doing last year again. We'll get to all that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Hockey Channel. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for your support. I'll never be able to with you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so that's what I was discussing today's video. Now, as usual, we've got another game review video here to discuss, so we're going to start by discussing the games that happened over the past couple of days. Lots of interesting action that happened over the past couple of days. We had 10 games happen over on Thursday, 4 games happened yesterday on Wednesday, so we'll get to all those here. So we start with the games that happened on Tuesday. First one was a really simple one to discuss. Rangers were able to score the first goal and the only goal of the game, being the Carolina Hurricanes 1-0, as they've appointed 5 of their last 6 games and improved to 43-18-4, while the Carolina Hurricanes have their 3-game winning streak end and fall to 39-20-6. Not great stuff there for Carolina. Fox was the lone goal scorer. Shesterkin stepped all 28 shots he faced in the win and the shutout, while Kochetkov stepped 23-24 shots in the loss. Not great there for the Carolina Hurricanes, but Kochetkov and Shesterkin were amazing, so a really good entertaining game there between the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Then we saw the Montreal Canadiens, thanks to a great first period, down the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-0, as they have appointed 5 of 7 games and improved to 25-30-10, so very good stuff there for Montreal, while the Jackets have now lost 3 of 4 and fall 22-33-10, so no good stuff there for Columbus. For the Canadiens, Roy, Slavkovsky, Gallagher were 3 goal scorers, and Primo stopped all 41 shots he faced in the shutout and the win, so a very good win there for the Canadiens in a matchup between 2 of the worst teams in the East. Then we saw the Buffalo Sabres get a much needed win and slaughter the Detroit Red Wings 7-3, as they've appointed 8 of their last 11 games and improved to 31-35, while the Red Wings now lost 6 straight and fall to 33-26-6. Not great stuff there for Detroit. Benson had 3.0 with a goal and 2 assists. Byram scored twice. Greenway and Thompson both had 2 assists. And Clifton, Peterka, Skinner, and Tuck also scored for Sabres in the win. While Raymond had a goal and 8 assists, and Sharon Walmore are 2 goal scorers for the Red Wings in the loss. So not great there from the Red Wings as they continue to falter, but a really good win there for Sabres as they continue to creep closer and closer to a playoff spot. Then we also saw the Ottawa Senators blow a late lead, but recover and beat the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime 2-1. Very good win there for Ottawa as they end their 7-game losing streak and improve to 26-33-4. While the Penguins have lost 4 straight, 7 of 8, and fall to 28-27-9. So I'll get stuff there for Pittsburgh. For the Ottawa Senators, Sanderson had a goal and 8 assists, and Batherson, while the 0-2 winner, also scored for Senators in the win. While Bunting, who has first as a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins, was the lone goal scorer for Pittsburgh Penguins in the loss. Not great there for the Penguins, but still, it was an interesting game. Next, we saw the Philadelphia Flyers break a tie in the 3rd period and beat the San Jose Sharks 3-2 as they've appointed 4 of the last 5 games and improved to 34-24-8, while the Sharks have now lost 10 of 11 and fall to 16-41-7, so not great stuff there for San Jose. For Philadelphia, Frost had a goal and 8 assists, Konechny and New York both had 2 assists, and Tippett and Farabee also scored for Flyers in the win, while Zadina scored both Sharks goals and couldn't add 2 assists for the Sharks in the loss. So not great there for the Sharks, and it was a really interesting close game, but the Flyers were able to come away with a victory. Then we saw the Florida Panthers overcome a 3-goal deficit by scoring 4 straight goals, including this goal here from Alex Barkov. Remember, all close to credit Sportsnet, but that goal was able to put the Panthers back on top. And after being down 3-0, the Panthers came back, scoring 4 straight, and downed the Dallas Stars 4-3, as they have won 14 of 16 and improved to 45-17-4. While the Stars' 5-game winning streak ends and they fall to 40-18-9. It was a really entertaining and interesting game. Barkov had 3.0 with 2 goals and 8 assists. Montour, Kachuk, and Verhaeghe all had 2 assists, and Bennett and Reinhart both also scored for the Panthers in the win. While Pavelski, Robertson, and John Snell had a goal and an assist in the loss. So not great game there from the Stars. Had a lead, could not hold on to it, and they do end up losing. It's not great stuff there. Then we saw the Minnesota Wild take a lead into the 2nd period and never look back, beating the Coyotes 4-1 as they have a 5-game point streak and improved to 32-27-7, dropping the Coyotes, who have lost 4 of 5 to 26-35-5. So not great stuff there for Arizona. Kaprizov had 3.0 with 2 goals and 8 assists, and Foligno and Hartman both also scored for the Wild in the win, while Arizona's lone goal scorer was Nick Bjugstad. So a really bad loss there for the Coyotes as they continue to falter. And then we saw the Chicago Blackhawks, who ended up beating the Anaheim Ducks 7-2 in an absolute blowout game for the Blackhawks. A huge win there as they have won 3 of 4 and improved to 18-43-5, while the Ducks have lost 3 straight and 4 of 5 and dropped to 23-39-3. So not great stuff there for Anaheim. Bedard had himself a night. He scored this goal here, which was the 4th goal of the game. Remember, all close credit Sportsnet, but he was able to make that game 4-2 Blackhawks, and he was able to also tally 4 assists. He looked fantastic in that game, his first career 5-point night, and Bedard was fantastic. The goal and 4 assists. Both Kurashev, who had 2 goals, 2 assists, and Foligno Foligno, who had 4 assists, had 4-point nights. Anthony Nice had 2 assists. And Jones, Entwistle, Donato, and Tyler Johnson also scored for the Hawks in the win, while the Asons scored both goals for the Ducks in the loss. So not great game there for Anaheim, and definitely when they want to have back, this was an embarrassing game. Then you saw the Colorado Avalanche score 5 straight, and down the Calgary Flames 6-2, as they have won 4 straight and improved to 41-20-5, while the Flames have now lost 3 straight and 4 of 5 and fall to 31-29-5. So not great stuff there for Calgary. Randy had 4.9 with 2 goals, 2 assists, and Nichushkin had 3.9 with a goal and 2 assists. McKinnon had a goal and 8 assists. Taves had 2 assists, and Manson and Milstead, who scores first as a member of the Colorado Avalanche, also scored for the Avalanche in the win, while Dewar and Miromanov, his first goals as a member of the Calgary Flames, was lone goal scorers for the Flames in the loss. So not great game there from the Flames, and definitely when they want to have back, it was an embarrassing game. They did lead at one point in this game, so just a really bad game there for Calgary. And then the nightcap game over on Tuesday, we saw the Vegas Golden Knights overcome a 2-goal deficit, score 3 straight, and beat the Seattle Kraken in overtime 5-4, as they've now won back-to-back games and improved to 35-23-7, dropping the Kraken, who have now lost 3 of 5, to 28-24-12. So not great stuff there for Seattle. Eichel had 3.9, including the OT winner with a goal and 2 assists. Marchessault scored twice. Carlson had a goal and 8 assists, and Dorofiev also scored for Golden Knights in the win, while Bjorkstrand, Beniers, Tanev, and Burakovsky were the 4 goal scorers for the Kraken in the OT loss. So interesting game. Kraken could have won this one, could have gained some ground in the wild card race, but do end up losing. So not great stuff there for Seattle. Those were 10 games that happened over on Tuesday, going over to 4 that happened yesterday on Wednesday. The Blues scored 3 straight, downing the LA Kings 3-1 as they improved to 34-29-3, while the Kings have now lost 3 of 5, fall to 33-21-11. So great stuff there for LA. St. Louis, the 3 goal scorers were Neighbors, Toropchenko, and Saad, while Kempe was the lone goal scorer for the Kings in the loss. Not great game there from the Kings, and definitely one they want to bounce back from. Then we saw the Nashville Predators open up a 4-goal lead and hold on to beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-2, as they now have a 13-game point streak and improved to 38-25-4, while the Jets, who have lost 3 of 5, fall to 41-19-5. So great stuff there for Winnipeg. Nyquist had a goal and 8 assists. Josi had 2 assists, and Forsberg Zucker, his first goal as a member of the Predators, and Sherwood also scored for the Predators in the win, while Iafallo and Appleton were 2 goal scorers in the loss for the Winnipeg Jets. So an interesting game, but the Jets do end up falling to the Nashville Predators. Then we saw the Edmonton Oilers come out and absolutely smoke the Washington Capitals 7-2, as they have a 3-game point streak and have won 7 of 9 and improved to 40-21-3, while the Capitals have lost 3 of 5 and fall to 30-25-9. So great up there for Washington. Drysdale had a 4-point with a goal and 3 assists. Hyman, who had a hat trick, and McDavid, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Bouchard both had 2 assists. And Brown, whose first goal as a member of the Oilers, finally getting his first goal, and Fogle both also scored for the Oilers in the win, while Miroshnichenko and McMichael were 2 goal scorers for the Caps in the loss. Not a great game there from the Capitals, and definitely one they want to have back. Then we saw the Colorado Avalanche overcome a 3-goal deficit after being down 3-0 to Vancouver, scored 4 straight goals, including this one here in overtime from Valeri Nichushkin, to give the Colorado Avalanche a huge 4-3 OT victory over the Vancouver Canucks, as they have now won 5 in a row and improved to 42-20-5, dropping the Canucks to 42-17-8, as they now have a 5-game point streak. So interesting stuff there. McKinnon and Randon both had a goal and 8 assists. Makar had 2 assists, and like we said, Nichushkin, who had the OT winner, and Colin were the other 2 goal scorers for the Avalanche in the win, while Miller and Zadorov both had a goal and 8 assists, and McKayev also scored for the Canucks in the loss. So not a great game there from the Canucks. Definitely want to have back. It was a winnable game, definitely. They were up 3-0, but they blew the lead, and they at least able to get a point out of this, but they do end up losing to Colorado. So interesting stuff there. Those were the 4 games that happened over on Wednesday, so lots of interesting game action from the past couple of days. Going over to a quick game preview here for the next couple of days of game action. There are going to be 12 games later today, and then 2 games tomorrow on Friday, so lots of interesting action. Later today, there's going to be 7 games that happen over 4 o'clock Pacific time. The New York Islanders look to extend their lead for the wildcard race, taking on a Buffalo Sabres team who's looking to get to within 3 points of a playoff spot. That's amazing. A really good heavyweight battle in the Eastern Conference as the Panthers take on the Hurricanes. Both teams looking to gain in their respective division. Then we see the 2 of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference play as the Ottawa Senators take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Then we see the Arizona Coyotes trying to end this sour streak they're on right now, taking on the Detroit Red Wings team trying to end their 6-game losing streak. We've got original 6 battles. The Boston Bruins do battle with the Montreal Canadiens. Bruins trying to keep pace with the Florida Panthers. Canadiens looking to try and keep ahead of other teams for lowest in the East. Then we see the San Jose Sharks take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sharks, who are now eliminated, look to try and improve in the standings a little bit, taking on a Pittsburgh Penguins team who's trying to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win. Then the Tampa Bay Lightning take on New York Rangers. That's going to be an interesting game. The Rangers looking to try and keep top spot in the Metro. Bulls trying to keep first wild card in the East. So there's going to be some interesting games. Then at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Maple Leafs take on the Flyers. Leafs trying to keep ahead of the Bolts and the Red Wings and keep pace with the Bruins and the Panthers in the Atlantic. Atlantic, taking on a Flyers team trying to hold down third in the Metro. Then at 5 p.m. Pacific time, you have the Stars take on the Devils. That's going to be an interesting game. Stars trying to bounce back after a really bad loss against Florida. Taking on a New Jersey team who's trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Also at 5 p.m. Pacific time, the Ducks take on Wild. Wild looking for another win to try and close the gap between them and the playoff spot. Take on an Anaheim Ducks team who's trying to get out of the basement in the Western Conference. And then at 6 p.m. Pacific time, the Golden Knights take on the Flames. Knights trying to create some more separation between them and the playoff line, taking on a Calgary Flames team who's trying desperately to end this losing streak they're on and keep pace for a playoff spot. And then the Washington Capitals take on the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Kraken looking to try and improve, keep up with Vegas and LA, while the Washington Capitals will look to do the same and try and shake off a really bad loss yesterday to Edmonton. So those are the games that happen later today. And then tomorrow we have the Anaheim Ducks take on the Winnipeg Jets. Interesting game there. Ducks looking to try and keep out the basement of the West, take on the Jets team who's looking to try and keep pace with the Avalanche and the Stars for top spot in the Central. And then the LA Kings take on the eliminated Chicago Blackhawks as the Kings look to try and keep ahead of the Golden Knights. So those are going to be some interesting games that happen over the next couple of days. Going on to a quick look at the standings here as of March 14th, 2024. So as of today, the Florida Panthers are 94 points, lead the Atlantic, followed by 91 point Boston, 82 point Toronto, 90 point New York R leads the Metro, followed by 84 point Carolina and 76 point Philadelphia, 74 point Tampa and 72 point NYI are two wildcard teams, and they're followed by 72 point Detroit, 69 point Washington, 67 point Buffalo, 66 point New Jersey, 65 point Pittsburgh, 60 point Montreal, 56 point Ottawa, and 54 point Columbus. Those are teams that are looking right now in the East. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, you have 89 point Colorado and 89 point Dallas, two teams tied for the top spot in the Central Division. Colorado does have the lead right now. And then you have 87 point Winnipeg third in the Central. You have 92 point Vancouver first in the Pacific, followed by 83 point Edmonton and 77 point LA. Then you have 80 point Nashville and 77 point Vegas, the two wildcard teams. And they're followed by 71 point St. Louis, 71 point Minnesota, 68 point Seattle, 67 point Calgary, 57 point Arizona, 49 point Anaheim, and eliminated Chicago and San Jose. And those are the teams that are looking right now in the Western Conference. Lots of interesting stuff here. Looking at the East, looking at the West. Lots of interesting ways the standings are shaping up right now, and there's going to be a lot of good races heading into the final stretch of the regular season here. Also, lastly here, going over to a quick look at how teams are doing this year compared to how they were doing last year. So at this point in time, exactly compared to how they were doing last year at this point in time. So if you look at the teams who are doing better than last year, the Canucks are 29 points ahead of where they were last year. At this point in time, the Panthers are 22 points ahead. The Flyers are 17 points ahead. The Jets are 12 points ahead. The Blues are 8 points ahead. The Rangers, Oilers, and Jackets are all 7 points ahead of where they were last year, while the Avalanche and the Red Wings are 5 ahead of where they were last year. While on the opposite side of the spectrum, the Kings are 5 points lower than where they were last year. The Knights are 7 points lower than where they were last year. The Bolts are 8 points lower. The Hawks and the Penguins are 9 points lower. The Hurricanes are 10 points lower. Sharks are 11 points lower. Senators, Kraken, and Wild are all 12 points lower. The Bruins are 16 points lower than last year. And the New Jersey Devils are a surprising 26 points lower than where they were last year. So lots of interesting stuff there. The rest of the teams are between 4 points ahead and 4 points below where they were last year. So lots of interesting stuff there. But definitely, it's not really great news to see a lot of these teams doing a lot worse than last year, such as teams like Pittsburgh, Carolina, Ottawa, Seattle, Minnesota, Boston. I mean, New Jersey being 26 points lower is outstanding. But I mean, if you look at the top end side of the spectrum, I mean, Vancouver's doing fantastic. Florida, Philly, Winnipeg, all doing quite well compared to how they were doing last year. So that's all I'm going to talk about for today. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. What do you think about all this? Were any of the games intrigued you over Tuesday and Wednesday? Are you looking forward to any of the games that are happening over on Thursday and Friday? Are you surprised by any of the teams who are doing better or worse than what they were doing last year? Definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And what do you think about the standings? Are you surprised Buffalo's only 5 back of a playoff spot with a chance to go 3 back tonight? Are you surprised that Detroit's and NYI have not separated themselves a little bit more? Are you surprised that the Bolts and Flyers are still hanging around there? Are you surprised that the Panthers and the Rangers are still holding down the leads in the Eastern Conference? Are you surprised that still 2 points separate the top 3 teams in the Central? Are you surprised that Vegas has gotten themselves back up to tie with LA? Are you surprised that Nashville's still ahead of both those teams? So definitely up to you guys' thoughts on all that down in the comment section below. That's what I'm going to talk about for today. Remember to like this video, and if you haven't already, remember to subscribe down below, and don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so I can also discuss in today's video. I also do a blog talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that, so if you check that out, leave a link down in the description below, and I can't wait to see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.